Jean-Marc here, talking to you about no sales bulldogs allowed. B2B lead generation for complex selling. And now this all came about because I was sitting down at a meeting with a marketing and sales director for a French software firm, and they typically relied on things such as third party content in order to get their name out there, to be eventually seen by future customers, then to start the whole contact wheel until they could actually get these sales closed. So they were pretty much just receiving that sort of inbound traffic, and that's all they had pretty much relied upon. And as I was talking about my recommendations to him, what we did for different customers, as far as outbound messaging with LinkedIn was concerned, his big question was, does this work for complex sales? Is this good for complex sales still? And so I had to think about it a little bit more and what the complex sale requires. And now the difference between a typical sale, say something that's less expensive and is a quick hit, maybe like an ebook or something, versus a complex sale, which is a product or software package or training that can cost upwards of $250,000. The difference is going to be time. In one, you're looking for a quick hit. You're looking to get that person to sign on the dot line, as it were, or click the buy now button. On the next, you're asking for continued conversation. And something that's going to help with that is our first concept that we cover here is invite yes, impel no. So simply put, you want to invite people along the process with you. We've talked about it in the past. Our customers now are smart. They've always been smart, but we see now in the time of consistent information that customers know what they're doing oftentimes, and they know what they want. So you're not going to dupe them in thinking that you're the only solution in town. You're not. For me, I know I'm one of thousands, and it just might be the same for your product. So the main thing you want to do is invite people along the process with you. One way you can do that is you can use video powered messaging. That's creating a video using a tool like Loom, or maybe you want to track it with a tool like Vidyard. The main thing is that you create video and that you have a CTA in the video that leads them to something else they can explore. My recommendation is a webinar. So, for example, if I were recording a video for you, I would do a simple pitch. I would talk about who I was first, how I might be able to help, why it's interesting to you, keep it very short, and then I might say, hey, and if that sounds interesting to you, you can click over on the button we have in the video and check out this free guide, this visual guide we walk you through for how to do XYZ. Or we also recorded a on-demand webinar for XYZ. And so you start to get the idea that the whole point of it is to invite the person into the conversation, talk with them. It's funny, actually, just last night, someone was asking me, they're like, do people really make money off this stuff? And I get the question all the time. And I say, people do. People make tens of thousands of dollars. People make millions off this stuff. The thing they do, those that are able to achieve those results, is they understand that LinkedIn itself is just a tool for having conversations. It's a way for people to get in touch with each other. Think of it like a dating app for business. All right. It is just about getting people connected that are on the same page, and it allows you to have conversations with people all over the world in different regions, however you want to do it. And now I'm going to end off with this. This is my market research and networking messaging. Now, outside of consistent posting, which you should be doing because it keeps eyes on you and eventually your business when you do consistent posting on LinkedIn, another thing that you can do is market research slash networking messaging. And this is something I've used in the past when I was more new to marketing, especially in the area where I currently live, Denver, Colorado. And I was reaching out to marketing managers and saying, hey, I'm not really sure what people around here are needing or looking for, but I love to talk more. I love to get your feedback. And it really was an invitation for folks to help me. And just by doing this, a few things happened. One, I started getting offers for different jobs, different positions, different projects, and I wasn't even seeking that. So that was funny. The next thing that started to happen is I started seeing that this gets a lot of results. This is probably the most effective thing that I do on LinkedIn. But here's the caveat, and I put this in the note right there if you can see it. It says, I do not recommend being duplicitous or two-faced here. If you are honestly in a situation where you are initially looking for some answers that an expert slash your potential target customer could clear up, then do it. All right. So I'm not asking you to be duplicitous here. I'm not asking you to be two-faced. I'm just saying if this applies to your situation, then use these templates. Again, it's going to be if you're in a situation where you'd love to learn a little bit more about what your target market needs. You think you have the tool for them, but you'd love to learn a little bit more and get in touch with them and sort of pick their brain a little bit, then by all means go for it. And I really do believe that smart marketing and sales folks out there can use this introduction as a way to build the conversation in order to eventually lead it to a sale. And so this whole video has been about how you do B2B lead generation for the complex sale. I've been Jean-Marc. Peace, and thank you very much for watching and listening.